got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 still go, 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 slow, you can still go, go, no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll see with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You can flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 still go. Go, go slow, you can still go. Go, no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single.
Hey, hello everyone. Able to hear and listen me? See me? Yes? No? Okay, 24 are watching. Yes. 26. Okay, great. You all are able to see and listen me. Okay, great. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay. Okay, sorry for this. He was sleeping till now. Okay. So just give me a moment. 30 are watching now. Yeah, I know that it will be a little bit, people will join less, but that's fine because I had taken a break, and that is why I think people will join in a while. But meanwhile, I'll just set up the things from my end. Right. Yeah. So I hope now you are able to see me. Yes. And the display also will be working now. Okay. So yes. 38 are watching, right? It's really good. Like the session 10 was postponed 2 weeks, right? From, I think last session I was taken on August 6th, and now it's like August 27th, right? So that's okay. Like I was in travel, you all know, right? And also I was in Bangalore. I had a meetup with you all, those who have come down to meet me. The vlog will be released soon, right? And I was really happy that many of you have come to meet me, right? That was really good thing. Now coming on to today's session, it will be exclusive session on the project session, which is our bootcamps, possibly the last session, right? And mostly we will see how we are actually going into these topics. Now before starting anything, this document is created by SAIF, who is my friend, right? So I actually invited him to the channel to come with me on live, but he said he is preparing for something else and he will come after some time in the live. So those who want to connect with SAIF, his LinkedIn profile is given in the description below. You can definitely check out that. Now one more thing, he creates the documents in an awesome way, right? He has created so many documents on Terraform and all, so definitely connect with him on LinkedIn. He is a gem, really, right? So why I have not prepared the document, some YouTubers think like, okay, Praveen is not preparing the document for the project session, because I felt this document itself is having 157 pages, guys. Okay, so in this 157 pages, I'll be going through each of the page and will make sure you are doing good with this projects, right? So every step by step in detail explanation he has given. By the way, how many of you have known that, okay, today you will learn something new? Tell me. Okay, I've joined through up, just check it once. Yes, hi, everyone is telling yes, good afternoon. Okay, 30 watching now it's 60, I think. Yes, okay, you all are okay, right? I mean, you are able to hear me properly, you are able to see me properly, right? Yes, great, that's awesome. Okay, great. Now we will start with this session, right? I hope you guys have your notebook, pen, whatever you want, right? And definitely each of the project, every step is there, and this document is free, guys. Okay, this document is completely free, right? Okay, here this guy is making so much noise. I'll put him outside, just give me one moment. Okay, Leo, come. Leo, come. Come. Okay, that's fine, huh? So guys, because I am in Bangalore, I will be taking few breaks because I have my friend Leo also with me here, right? So if he makes some sound or something, right, pardon me. Okay, now this document is completely free. I'll be putting in the description only. I will be uploading in the drive, right? I'll not be giving in my documents, right? It's completely free because this has been created by SAIF. Okay, yes. Okay, you want to see Leo? Okay, he is now playing with my hanky, so he is calm now. Will not disturb him. Okay, I hope we are good, right? How many people? Okay, 82 people are watching me, right? And we'll start with the session. Okay, I'll not waste much time. It's 4:10 already, 4:09. I'll start with the session. Okay, so guys, first thing first, we will see what is CICD completely, what are the tools we are using, how we are integrating each tool with each other, right? Let's take Kubernetes, I am taking how I am integrating with Ansible. Let's take if I am taking Docker, how I am integrating with Ansible. If I am taking Docker again, how I am integrating with Jenkins. So all those things on a big picture you will be able to see, right? Yes. So with that said, you will see what are the tools we are going to learn, but don't think these are the alone tools, right? There are many other things which we will be learning. You will be going through the RHCSA concepts in this, right? That's where you will learn new things, guys. Okay, so make your notes clear, right? And let's start the session. Now you are seeing the flow diagram and you have already seen what we are learning. We will be taking AWS EKS cluster, right? Amazon, we will take Elastic Kubernetes Service of Amazon, and we'll see how to install, and we will create some pods, we'll create some things on there, right? So 80 plus people are watching me, And yes, that's awesome, right? Now Git we will be taking, GitHub we will be will be watching Jenkins, we'll be watching Maven, we'll be watching Ansible, we'll be watching Docker, Kubernetes, and then we will be watching how we will actually perform these things one by one, right? Now the flow diagram you are able to understand, right? It's nothing, the GitHub, how the CICD Jenkins is there, right? And now he is with me, guys. So those who wanted to see him, I cannot put him outside. He was literally barking, right? So I hope you are able to see him. See, this is Leo. Okay. So now Leo, come, go down. Go down. I have to take my session. So yes. So that was Leo. Yeah. So we will see one by one what are the tools we are using, how we are actually working on these things. Monitor tool any? Yes. Very good question, Sheshu. Very good question. For the monitoring tools, you don't need to worry. In this project, whatever we have installed, that will be installed already. But yeah, in the session, I think 8 or 9 or 7 or 8, you will have my monitoring session. There I have given step-by-step installation of the Grafana and all those things. Those you can integrate here directly. Okay. Now we'll be going into the first thing, right? So we'll be seeing what are the things we are actually looking at, right? And I'll be making sure you guys are with me, right? So I'll just make it a single page, right? So yeah, what do we cover? You all are able to see. I have making a screen a little large. Build and deploy on the Tomcat server. First we'll see how we are setting up the Jenkins, how Maven we are setting Tomcat server, integrating GitHub Maven Tomcat server with Jenkins. From basics we will go to the advanced. Okay. So whatever present in this picture you will be seeing as a one flow. Okay. So first we will see how we are going to deploy artifacts on Tomcat server, right? And slowly we will see how we are proceeding. So any questions, guys, till now? Any questions you have till now? Any questions, guys? You guys are awesome, right? You have joined this session. I didn't expect that 80 of you will join because it was very short notice. Even I was not planning to take, but yeah, even August was getting completed. Where we can find this document. This document I will share in the drive link in the video description only, right? So don't worry about that, okay? So Sarvanan, don't worry, okay? So yes, I see no questions people are telling, so we can go ahead, okay? So first thing first, I hope you all have your pen, notebook, whatever it is, right? And we will see how we are proceeding, okay? Now, there are various things, guys. So if you see, first what we have done, like if you see step 1, what we have done, deploy artifacts on a Tomcat server, right? So we have taken some artifacts, yes, and we are introducing on the artifact to the Tomcat server, right? Now in the step 2, I mean these are the flows, guys, okay? Figure 1, figure 2, and as we proceed, the complex things will come in, okay? Now figure 1, you see deploy artifacts on the Tomcat server, right? Now figure 2, what was the figure 2? Deploy artifacts on a container, right? So don't worry, right? Document will be, no, this is not the way to deploy in production. For deploying into the production, these are the scenarios only, okay? These are the scenarios only. You cannot say like Praveen, where is the production scenario? Why you are not showing production scenario? I cannot have production scenario in my laptop, right? So I cannot show that. Yeah. No, today there is no attendance, guys. It's a generic session. I have made it open for everyone. Those who love to stay, definitely please. It will be really helpful for you all, right? It's a direct document share, okay? Now you see, figure 2, we are going to work on deploy artifacts on a container. We will see how this containerization is taking place, what is a Docker file. So whatever we have learned from the previous sessions, right, we will be making sure we are learning now in this project session, right? So you see step 2, figure 2, deploy artifacts on a container, right? So guys, this document will really help to those who are actually on the fresher entry level or on the intermediate level. But if you are in the advanced level and if you want to learn something new, you might think like some of the questions in your mind, okay, you want to see the production data, you want to see production setup, which might not be possible, right? So yeah, so figure 2, all are clear? Yes, it was a straightforward figure where we are deploying artifacts on a container. Now we are seeing, right, step 3, we are seeing artifacts to be deployed on a container, right? So step 2, figure 2 was this, artifacts on a direct container, but here there is something called Docker Hub where we are taking from the Docker Hub and we are putting it into the some place. Okay. Now, why we are doing this? If you see the image evaluation, right, how SAIF has formed this image evaluation is, first he has taken on the generic Tomcat, so that you all know how you access the Tomcat URL, what is the Tomcat, how you actually place the var jar into the Tomcat. Then he has taken slowly that into the Docker containerization. Then he has slowly added the Docker Hub, and finally we will see how we are installing into the Kubernetes. Okay, Sai is telling what is artifact. Okay, artifact is nothing but your project's binary. Okay, when we say a project, what does project means? Let's take you have a 10 GB folder, right, and you have different services in it, right? Okay, and you will see like very much project is very big, like 10 GB 20 GB. But if you want to make sure that entire 10 GB 20 GB is converted as a jar var in a 10 MB 20 MB in your phone, for example, in your phone, you see how the Android applications are working, right? So those are nothing but your Android apps which are only MBs, but behind the code they are much more larger than that, right? So that Android applications which are in MBs are called, let's take in your simple way terms, it's like an artifact. Okay, now if you see Jenkins, Ansible, then we are integrating with Docker, and then finally we will be integrating with the Kubernetes. Okay, now in the step 4 you are seeing Kubernetes has been introduced, right? So this is where the picture everyone wants to learn. So guys, step by step, very detailedly, this document will be presented to you all in the next few hours. So be with me. 86 people are watching, and yes guys, definitely like the video, because like target I always keep 200, but yeah, because this is the session after a long time I am taking, let's keep this as a 100 target, and please just make it 100. Okay, now all are clear with the diagram 4. We are actually looking at the how to deploy at the Kubernetes. These are only for your understanding how this is actually working. Okay, so Kubernetes has been introduced, and this will be specifically done on AWS EKS. Okay, yes, so all are clear with the diagram 4. Then we will be moving ahead with steps to be performed. Okay, yes. Yes, Ankush is replying to some of the queries which people are having. So thank you, Ankush, for that. Okay. So guys, any doubts in the 4th diagram? It's very straightforward. We are not introducing so many tools here because we want to learn some things. Okay. Yes, all are clear with the 4th diagram? Yes, no. Yes, no. Okay. Great. Awesome. Okay. So now let's move ahead. What is CICD? What is CICD and all? You all know this basics. Okay, I'll not talk more into the basics, but yeah, continuous integration, continuous delivery, continuous deployment, all this top product based organization asks this question. So I hope you should be very clear. But yeah, in order to make sure you all are understanding, we'll just go through, see this continuous integration. Whenever you push the code, right, whenever you push the code, there is like continuously it is hitting the Jenkins, right? And guys, I will ask you a question here. Do you remember in the session 1 or 2 I told something is there, some trigger point is there between Jenkins and GitHub? Can you tell that trigger name? Can anyone please? Okay, I'll be waiting for your answer. That trigger name is very important for you all to understand how this continuous integration actually takes place. Okay. Yes, it will help till 5 years of experience, guys. Webbook, great. So guys, this document can help you till 4 to 5 years of experience, because I know many of the people, right, in the 5 years also don't know actually how to launch an EKS cluster also, right? Yes, so be with me. Never think this is lesser document, because creation of documents takes lot of effort, guys. Okay, when you do a hands-on, in hands-on it will be like just like 1 hour or 30 minutes, but making sure you give the best document to the people, it takes so much efforts. All right, yes, GitHub book, webbook, everything. Yeah, okay. Now, okay guys, we'll be seeing now some things. Okay, guys, one more thing I want to make it clear, right? There is no practical, but whatever the practicals which SAIF has done, each step by step will be there in this document. So I'll be making you walk through entire document, each step we will be seeing, and most of your questions will be cleared by this. I am guaranteeing you that. Okay, if you still have questions, I'll be staying in the call till the end, so you can ask me any questions. So now we'll be seeing a basic thing. We'll be seeing how to set up an EC2 Linux instance, install Java, install Jenkins. So these all are step 1, which are very basic things, right? And we'll see now. Okay, so now if you see, what we are doing, we are only taking the AWS EC2 instance where we have created a Jenkins server. We have taken the AWS EC2 AWS account where we are running with the single server Jenkins server. Okay, and guys, if you are more than 5 years of experience, you might feel, or 4 years of experience, you might feel that okay, these are all little basic things. Yes, these are basic things because we wanted to make sure like people are understanding from the basics to the advanced, right? So as we progress step by step, we will be going to the advanced level also, right? Now in the figure 1, set up EC2 instance. It's very easy. You have to take a AWS for this project to be implemented for till project 4, right? Project 4, you will need to have an AWS free account, right? So get the AWS free account today and make sure you are working on this projects as soon as possible if you don't know, right? So here if you see, there is a Jenkins server which we have taken, and you see there is a private IP address which we have got, there is a public IP address also we have got, and DNS and everything is there for the EC2 instance. So how to install Jenkins? So guys, tell me tell me one frank thing, okay? No lie here. Okay, no lie here. Tell me one frank thing. How many of you have installed Jenkins in any system and hit port 8080 and did some hands-on on that? Tell me. If you have not done, accept that, because sometimes happen, we cannot do all the things, right? Can you tell me like yes, no? Have you done that or not? I mean, see, we all are DevOps engineers, but we don't have time to perform all the things, right? Yes, yes, I have done. Yes. Great. So you might, yes, EC2 instance. Yes. Question, remember, I will ask the same questions in the Kubernetes also. So I will see how many of you have done. Okay, Bhaskar is telling not done. So Bhaskar, definitely go ahead and check out this thing, right? You will definitely get the help. So guys, first thing first, you have to install MobaXterm. MobaXterm is nothing but putty. If you have putty also, that's completely fine. Now going ahead. So guys, in the second step, right, you will need to have the Jenkins. Okay, Furkan, no worries, this document will help you, no worries. Yes, java jar jenkins.var, this is basic, but yeah, as we go ahead, as I have told you, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, our data in this document will be a little bit complex one, where you can ask me more doubts, right? So now here, this is the official website. Guys, if you are watching me, right, if you are watching me, don't think you need a hands-on, but I am guaranteeing you, trust me, okay, trust me, this document is enough for you all to keep it in your resume to make sure you are actually going through all the use cases. Right now, first thing first, you all know what is wget, you all know sudo, you all know what is -o. So what we are trying to do here is, we are trying to create a yum repository, which we have already seen in shells in Linux, Red Hat Linux System Administration session, where we have exclusively talked about RHCSA, right? And I have already told you how the yum repos should be installed, how to configure and all those things. So you see what we are trying to do, we are trying to actually create a yum repos.d, and we are trying to import the package which is present in this, right? So Jenkins io.key, that is a separate key, and RPM is Red Hat Package Manager, this also we have discussed, right? Now we are installing yum, we are installing some additional libraries. Again, SAIF is telling that if it fails, what you need to do, right? And you see yum install Jenkins, and Jenkins is installed. Now you see how we are proceeding. Okay, Jenkins is not alone needed, but we also need the, okay, we also need to install Java, Maven, Kubernetes, Ansible, and all those things. Okay, and as the document we go step by step, you will see that, you will see how the complexity is increasing. Okay, now if you see, right, we have installed, how we are installing Java. Okay, now if you see, right, let's take, you have a Java file, okay, and you open the Java and you install the Java. Now you also know that how the service is actually helping, right? You all know, I have already talked, where Red Hat system has a functionality called service, which actually helps the tools to keep it up and running. Let's take, I am using service Jenkins status, then it will give me the Jenkins status. Let's take service Jenkins restart, then it will help us to restart the Jenkins, right? So that's what we are doing. So you see service Jenkins start, so it is telling, okay, Jenkins is started, right? Status, then you will see it's actively running, right? So these all things you guys know, right? But what you don't know, I will be covering in a little bit of time. Okay, okay, great, right? So now we'll go ahead, we'll see what are the things, right? And first thing first, before moving ahead, guys, definitely what you need to do now, we have a Telegram group, right? So how you are speaking in the live chat, like I see many of you are asking each other the questions, and you are asking the things. Definitely in the Telegram group, right, Singham for DevOps discussion, you all are welcome to discuss, help each other grow together, right? Even I have told many a times, you guys right, yes, you guys can do that, right? Yes. So great. Now you see, these all things are like basic things, right? I agree, these all are basic things, but yeah, let's move forward. We will see what is next. Okay, now once you do all these things, Jenkins is hosted in 8080. Okay, got it? So now the web UI is observed, and guys, in this document you will find a GitHub URL also where the project is there. I think many of you have asked me, right? Praveen, where is the GitHub project? Okay, so in this document directly the GitHub URL is given where the project is placed, where the Kubernetes service file, YAML file, the other additional things for which the project conversion into the jar, right? Many of you have asked me, so this document will help you, right? Now going ahead, you will see run first Jenkins job, and there is nothing, right? So now we are configuring, right? And what we need, so guys, all of you know like what is plugins, how we install the plugins, how we integrate the plugins, right? So it's very simple. Once the Jenkins UI is launched, right, you just need to make sure you have the plugins installed. Now how you install the plugin, you go to the manage Jenkins, there is a plugin manager section, you search for Git, right, and you will be the admin. Okay, you have to be the admin, and once you select the Git, right, this is the, okay guys, one more thing, if you have any questions, ask me. I don't want to go blindly. Okay, yes, Tanjil is back. Thanks Tanjil for joining after a long time. We are here, right? Great. So any questions, Tanjil will be answering that. These are basics, I agree, but as we move forward now, we will see how the things are coming. Okay, we'll see how the things are going. Okay, so yes, now Git is attached. Now what we will see, how to integrate Git and Jenkins. So what I have done here in the Git, we have taken this Git and we are trying to integrate with Jenkins. Now if you see, right, once you do that, you go to the global tool configurations, right, and you tell that where is the path of the Git, what is the tool name, right, and you actually search the things. Now if you install the Maven, you tell add Maven, right, you tell add Maven, and then you give the these things, name and path of the Maven. In the same way, if you install some other tool, let's take Nexus, like Gajeli Arun is asking some question, right? Nexus, JFrog, Artifactory. If you have Artifactory, how to configure? In the same way, you go to the Artifactory plugin, you give the Artifactory URL, username and password, right? Great. So guys, I think someone is asking Rajashekar. Okay, Veloxy Technologies. I don't think like these guys are actually talking. So guys, let me tell you one thing. I have taken proper permission from whatever you are telling. See, I have given the description of the SAIF also. SAIF is my friend. So whoever is Rajashekar K is telling like he is copied from Diagram Veloxy Technology. I don't know what is Diagram Veloxy Technologies, but I have the person who has created the documents and he has agreed to share me with the community, and he will come to our channel very soon, right? And I have his number also. So those who think that I have copied, no, there is nothing copy. I am telling it clear. I think Rajashekar, you have joined recently, so just go in the front of the channel, I mean the live, you will come to know what I have discussed, right, rather than just putting some comments. Great. So now we will see what is this Jenkins UI and all, right, and we'll see how these things have been done, right? So configure Git on Jenkins UI, you will see we have done this. Now we'll slowly move, right, and we are seeing like this source code, right? Now where this source code is, SAIF has already created the GitHub link, so definitely go and check out that, right? So you will find in the GitHub repo a Docker file, a pom.xml, right, a readme file, a deploy.yaml file for Kubernetes deployment, a service file, a server and a web app, right? So you will find all these details, right? And you don't have any question, right? You are not asking, Praveen, where is the GitHub URL? So now the GitHub URL will be coming down. I'll be showing you that. That is a SAIF, right? SAIF's personal GitHub repository. But yeah, he was okay to share with the community because everyone wants, right? Everyone wants to help the community, right? Some people might not get time to come live and do these sessions. Some will give the documents. So yeah, every credit of this document I have already given to SAIF. Yes. and also in the description I have mentioned that also, right? I will be doing much more things with SAIF in the coming days, right? So you see LL, why this LL? Because we have integrated Jenkins with GitHub, right? And we are able to see like what the Jenkins server has. So these all project repositories, it has all the data, right? So we have the service file, we have deploy file, again I am telling Docker file, and we'll be going through each of the file, guys, each of the file. Okay, so now okay, now here next thing is we are trying to integrate Maven with Jenkins, right? So for your project to be worked on some tools, right, what we need for your Java application to be converted into the binary, what we need, guys, we need the Maven to be installed with Jenkins, right? So how we are doing and how we are trying to achieve that is actually we are setting some variables, we are installing the Maven onto the Jenkins server. So if you see, there is a direct steps, we will use wget and we will just do this. And guys, those who are freshers, those who are watching this document is perfect enough to start your DevOps journey, right? And definitely don't worry about that, right? Now when you use wget, right, you will have something called Maven, some binary, and you go ahead and install from there. And now move. So guys, definitely do RHCSA certification. This is very, very important for you all, as I have been telling you many a times, right? This RHCSA certification is very, very much important for you all to actually go into DevOps field, right? So why I am telling is, when you invest some money on yourself, you will get the returns, right? That's how the things work. Now CD Maven, CD OPT, I have discussed what is OPT and all in the last session, right? And you see LLCD bin, and we have installed Maven, right? When you double click on the tar, or let's take you hit like tar-xvf, the tar file, it will automatically get untar and the Maven will be installed automatically, right? So we see Maven is installed. What is the Maven version? Maven version is 3.8.5. So till now what we have done, we have installed Jenkins, we have installed Maven, we have installed Java. So these three things are ready. What are the next things we will be seeing is, so guys, let me tell you one thing, right? So whenever you are trying to perform some things on to the Linux system, there is very much important to set up your environment variables, right? So tell me one thing, how many of you have actually set the environments via bash profile, and how many of you have directly hitted the command onto the terminal, right? So I hope you got my question. Here we will be doing both the things, right? Here in this document, I don't think we are setting, I think we are setting both the things. So we'll be going through that. So you see bash profile, right? So what is this bash profile? When we are actually entering in as a user into the Linux system, we are actually doing some tasks, and this bash profile file will actually help us to set the environment variables for that particular user, right? So now let's take if condition, right? And if you see, this is just the bash profile data, which I might not be going through, but what you need to do is you need to change the Maven home, M2 path, and Java home, right? Okay, let me do one thing. Okay, great. So now it's good, right? So let's go ahead with the Java underscore home, right? And we have set the Java underscore home path, right? So whenever you are understanding something like Java underscore home is there, how to set and all those things, this will be the perfect document. But if you want to set as a path, right? So you see $path we give $home, and this home is nothing but some variable. Let's take this home here is coming here, and after that bin, and we are setting as M2 home, Java home, and everything, right? How to install, India's Tech Guru is asking how to install plugins from a jar file. No, we will not install plugins from a jar file tech, right? What we will do actually is we will just write the pom.xml file, and whatever the project we have, in the project we give dependencies, right? Once we say like Maven clean install, automatically all the dependencies will be installed directly. So we never go and tell like install this, install that, right? Got it? So we have set all the Java, Maven, everything, and we are logging out of the Jenkins server now. Okay, till now we have done everything on the Jenkins server, and yes, everything you see, when I give echo $path, all the whatever the path which has been given, it will be present, right? Open JDK, here you see. And guys, you know what is source? What is source? Environment variable. Okay, Vimal, environment variable is nothing but, let's take, you have your phone, right? In the phone you want to install some app, right? And that app needs some dependency, right? Let's take your app needs 4 GB of RAM, right? So environment, we are creating the environment for the application to run, right? So here environment variables are nothing but, these are the variables which help your application to run. Let's take, I have a Java application, right? And for the Java application I need some variables like let's take variable 1 equal to, right? Let's take variable 1 equal to YouTube, variable 2 equal to Praveen. So these two variables I will set as an environment variable, which you are seeing, which I have already done by using echo $path, right? So guys, see, many of us don't know these things, right? It's good to ask me more questions. I will be happy to respond, right? And again, I am telling, I have completely taken this document with proper concern. I have the screenshots, I have the WhatsApp messages, everything. So if you want to blame me, blame. Now some YouTubers will come and talk about this thing. Definitely go ahead and blame. I don't care now, right? Because I wanted to share some data, and who has created this document, he is only okay to share, then why others are having some problem, right? Yes, what is artifact? Great. This is what the questions I wanted, right? जिसके पास ज़्यादा knowledge hai, definitely those will feel that this is very basics, but yeah, it's good. So artifact is nothing but, I have already told you, artifact, when your application is there, when you write some code, right, you have your Docker file, jar file, Java file, pom.xml file, and when you actually run Maven, right, on top of that, let's take, this is your code, on top of that you run Maven, then your code will be like small code, right, of 10 MB, 20 MB, whatever you are seeing your Android applications on your phone, those all are your binaries, artifacts, you can consider that, right? Yes? Yeah, great. So very good question, Ravi Teja. env equal to value is nothing but, we are assigning the value to a variable called environment, okay? And when we are trying to set export env equal to value, we are trying to set the env as an environment variable. We are exporting that env as an environment variable. Very good question, Ravi Teja, right? Yes, that's great. Now we'll be slowly moving into the next thing. So we have installed plugin, right? And you already installed what we call the Jenkins, right? So 81 are watching. That's really good, right? And yes, that's awesome. So those who have actually not liked the video, please go ahead and like. And yes, great. So we'll see how we are installing. The process remains the same, everything remains the same, right? So here you search for the Maven, you see here Maven, and the Maven integration is coming, and you just click on that and automatically Maven will be coming in, right? Yes. So we'll be seeing few things in an advanced way. Java Global Tech tool configuration, this is one, right? No, there is no attendance sheet, right? There is no attendance sheet, so that is the reason, right? So now if you see, yeah, so now if you see, we have Java, we have Maven. So how we integrate both of them? See, this is a very simple step, very basics, everyone should know this. We are just telling add Maven, we are telling name of the Maven, and we are telling Maven home. Where is that Maven home? OPT Maven, and we just say save, and that's it. Our Maven configuration and our Java configuration, Git configuration, everything will be integrated to Jenkins, and we will see how we are integrating Kubernetes also here in a while, right? So in a while we'll be seeing how we are actually integrating with Kubernetes. Now, so we are actually here, and you see first Maven project we are building, and we are generating the artifacts, right? So now we will see what actually we are doing now. So if you see, right, this is the GitHub URL, right? Yeah, this is the GitHub URL. That's where I said it's for SAIF Panjesha, right? So I am taking his name continuously so that you guys don't think that I have created the document. No, I have not created the document. I am giving proper credits to the SAIF only. And I asked him whether he wants to come to my channel. He said he's actually looking out for a job change, and after that he will come, right? Once he gets settled, right? Great. So we have seen this thing. Now we are at important thing, right? We are at generating artifacts. So someone was telling how we are generating artifacts. So please check this out, huh? So here if you see, right? Yeah. So here if you see what we are doing, we are into the Jenkins server, guys. Okay, we are into the Jenkins server. You see root at Jenkins server. Okay, and we are telling Jenkins service restart. Okay, and we will be seeing that Jenkins is running. Okay, yeah, now we are seeing what actually we are doing. Okay, now in the workspace, you see first Maven project, there are some projects. Okay, now if you go to the first Maven project, you see docker file pom.xml, and someone who don't know how to create a jar var, this is where if you integrate Jenkins with Maven and Java, you will find that these things will really help you to come out of the things, right? So if you see, right, in the target folder is created. Why? Because we have run Maven clean install in the Jenkins job, right? So we are building here a Java project with the what we call the Maven, right? So this is a combination of Java and Maven, and that's where you see webapp.war. So guys, for everyone, this is a war application which we are developing. Yes, Maven is used for Java application. Yes, Vijay, Maven is used for definitely Java application, and it's very useful for all the Java applications. It's used everywhere, right? So now we'll see. Okay, now we'll see how the artifacts are generated, right? So you see, artifact is generated for us. In the step one, what we have done, in the step one, we have actually taken Jenkins, installed Java, installed Maven, and finally we are generating what, guys? You see here, we are generating web.war. Okay, I cannot highlight here, but yeah, we are generating webapp.war, right? And once the artifacts is generated, we will see what is the next step. Okay, now once the artifact is generated, what we are trying to do, we are actually trying to install the Tomcat server. Okay, now if you see how we are configuring the Tomcat, I might go here and there, but don't worry, how we are actually configuring the Tomcat server, right? Please check this. I am at the proper slide only. Yeah, how we are configuring the Tomcat server. You see, we have taken one more server, right, and we are configuring the Tomcat now. How we are configuring, we have already learned how the RPM is there, how the RPM package is designed, right, and how those things are actually working. We'll be seeing that. Okay, now one server I have taken, but make sure if you are using AWS, you delete all the servers properly, right? You don't actually wait for the hands-on to do all those things. If you are creating a server, make sure on the same day you delete also, right? Good. Now we will be seeing what are the other things we will be focusing on. We have created a Tomcat server, and we will see how we are installing the Tomcat now. So guys, this is a Tomcat server which we have taken, and yes, now you see what we have done. Okay, now what we have done, there is a tar file again. So these all things are in a generic format which are directly given. Okay, right? So now if you see, we are actually installing the Tomcat, right? And how we are installing, see here there is a URL. Okay, what we are giving, again wget. So guys, pattern remains the same. If you are able to convince the interviewer that, hey, I know this, how to install, I know how to handle a Tomcat, I know how to rewrite the configuration file, which we will be seeing in a few minutes, right? So that will help you a lot in gaining the knowledge, right? Everyone should be confident enough to crack the interview, not just knowing some kind of little bit of knowledge, right? So definitely you see wget. So this wget we have used in the starting also, right? So now wget, you see a URL is there, which is like Apache Tomcat tar.gz, right? And this is same, guys. Okay, great. Right. So now once that is installed, you see again what we are doing, tar-xvz. So guys, these all commands we have already discussed, right? We have already discussed where? We have discussed in our Kubernetes session, right? We have discussed in our Kubernetes session. So able to see the screen, right? You all are able to see the screen, right? Or you want me to make it big a little bit? Yes, no? Guys, yes, no? Tanjil, you there? Able to see the screen, Tanjil? I have made it little bit big now. Yes? Yes, no? Okay, great. Perfectly fine. Yeah. That's awesome, right? Yeah. So I was thinking you guys are not responding, right? Okay, Rajiv is telling he is applying for DevOps role but not getting interview calls. Okay, Rajiv is asking help to everyone. Yeah. So definitely Rajiv, we are there, right? Now you see Apache Tomcat, there is a tar.gz file, and what we are doing, this command we have already learned in the RHCSA session, where we are extracting the tar file xvzf and all the catalina.properties, catalina.context.xml, these all are Tomcat related property files. And you know, the beauty of the Tomcat is it has the user management system also, which we will be seeing. So tell me, how many of you know, yes or no, right? How many of you know to manage the Tomcat users? How do you manage the Tomcat users? This is a good description in your resume, you can keep it, right? How do you manage the Tomcat users? Do you know? Yes, no? Okay, tell me. Meanwhile, I'll just go. Okay, so we have installed the Tomcat. We have just told tar-xvzf. It will automatically install all the Tomcat details. Okay, now you see, once that is installed, what we are trying to do, we are trying to go into the bin, right? So this is the bin, guys, right? And inside the bin, you see what are the things, right? bootstrap.jar, catalina.bat, catalina.sh. No, see, many of you are telling you don't know how to handle Tomcat users, right? So today we will be learning that, right? Today we'll be seeing how you create a user, how you manage the user for the Tomcat specifically, right? Now I want to give access only to Tanjil, no other person for my Tomcat, then I will do that. Okay, I will be showing you that, no worries. Okay, now you see, once we have given tar-xvf, right, it's showing all the things, right? cd bin, and I am in the bin, right? So you see all the jar, bat files, xml files, sh files, all those files are there, right? So now we'll be doing some things here. Okay, Tomcat server started. So you see there is a file called startup.sh. How many of you are able to see startup.sh, right? Yeah, all are able to see startup.sh. Yeah, here, because we are using the Linux, right? We'll be going with the shell startup.sh, and you see once I hit /, this is basically to run the shell script, right? So once we say /startup.sh, you will find that Tomcat has started. Now our next task is we have to deploy the application, right? Yes, to start the Tomcat. Now you see there are some context files which has to be changed once the Tomcat is installed. Okay, once the Tomcat is installed, you need to manage your Tomcat in a proper way. So now, as of now, you are seeing 403 access denied when some person is trying to access on the port 8080, right? So now you will see how we will rectify this error, right? So we'll be going to see now one by one. Okay, so now, yes, so what is basically find? I have already told you in the RHCSA session, find is nothing but if you want to find something in a file, we will use find. So here I am finding something in my file called let's take context.yaml. I am finding with hyphen name. Okay, so you see I am finding like context.xml. So you see whatever the files which has the context.xml, it will come here, right? So these three files are having the context.xml, so it has come here, right? Yes, great. So now what we are doing with that, see, whenever you are hosting an application, right, whenever you are hosting a Tomcat in a server, basically we need to provide an access for that Tomcat server so that it talks with the actual Linux server. Yes or no? You all are agreeing with me? You all are agreeing with me, right? Tomcat is a server, Linux system is a server. Now Tomcat we have installed here. Now this Tomcat, in order to access our browser or any other things, this Tomcat has to be given some certain access so that these two servers talk with each other, right? So now that is what we are doing. So you see, allow, there are some context settings we will do where we will tell that allow 127.0.0.0, right? So this is basically a local host. You know, for local host, what is the IP address, guys? You know, if you know, just ping me, right? You can tell me like what is the IP address of the local host, right? You can tell me definitely like Praveen, okay, this is the localhost IP address. Okay, so that is where the localhost is important. So what we have done, we have given like localhost, right? So what we are telling the Tomcat that yes, you can easily go ahead and allow this localhost to be accessed, right? Yes, great. So now we'll be going a little bit more into this thing. Now we are into the Tomcat roles, guys. So from roles we will see how to create users. Okay, so be with me, right? And we'll see in a little while, right? So now coming on to this, you see Tomcat has a users.xml file Very important, concentrate here so that you can keep it in your interview also, right? So now Tomcat has a users.xml also, and this is a default file. Once you install the Tomcat, it will automatically come, right? So that's where we will be working on. We'll be seeing like how you install all the things. So once you do vi, right, vi is nothing but an editor, okay? Once you do vi tomcat-users.xml, the users xml file will be shown to us, and you see there is some role names, guys. Okay, the role names are nothing but manager GUI, manager script, manager JMX, admin deployer. Some random roles are here, right? So roles are manager script, manager JMX, manager status. Here, if your team wants to create dev role, test role, or UAT role, whatever role, you just add that name here as a role name. And if you want to create username, right, and if you want to allow access to that particular user, like I have the username Tanjil, so I will add here under the username as Tanjil, I will give his password, and I will assign Tanjil to a particular role, right? So we have seen how these roles and these users will also work in the RHCSS system, right, session. And that is why, guys, I tell Red Hat Linux system administration is very, very important for a DevOps engineer to know, right? Very much important. And now you understood how we create the users in a Tomcat for a Tomcat. Yes, no, so that these users will only have access, right? Can you tell me yes, no? Please zoom. Okay, I am zooming in. Okay, I am zooming in. Okay, I am zooming in. I will wait for some time for your confirmation, right? You can tell me. Okay. Yeah, if you have any such issues, please talk with me. Yeah, we will definitely see, right? You told you are not able to see, so I have zoomed in. Please check this, right? Able to hear, able to see properly? Now good. Okay, so that's how this users management and the Tomcat managements are done, right? Yes, thanks bro, great. Okay, now we'll be seeing a little bit next things. Adding Tomcat roles we have seen now. Okay, now it's like the Tomcat application up only, so nothing worry. And how we are installing Tomcat with Jenkins, you just install a plugin called deploy to container, right? So you see, I'll be showing you, right? So you see Tomcat start and shut down, right? Roles, yes, Tarun, roles is nothing but, let's take you and me are a developer and Sarvanan and Sundar are testers. So I will create a developer role, one role, and I will create a test role, one role, okay? And both of the Sundar and Sarvanan, I will assign it to the tester role, and you and me will be in the developer role. So why these roles are created is in order to make sure all the users of particular similar interests are under one group, right? So we are grouping the people, that's it, okay? Yes, got it. So guys, what is this LN? Can anyone tell me? If you have attended my session, it will be very, thoughtful for you all to understand, right? What is this ln-s? Can anyone tell me? What is this ln-s? I'll make it zoom a little bit, right? What is ln-s? Link file? Yes, link file. Any other thoughts? Any other thoughts you have? Soft link? Okay, soft link, great. So all are telling soft link, yes, this is correct. So soft link is nothing but, I have already told you, it's basically linking up of the different files together. Let's take, you have startup.sh and you want to link that to some other path, right? Basically creating a binary for Tomcat. So once I say, you see, once I say like Tomcat down, right? So what it will hit this one, right? Okay. I think here there is a Tomcat up and a Tomcat down. So we have two links here, right? Basically Tomcat down is for shutdown, Tomcat up is for startup. So links are basically, you don't need to hit the entire endpoint, but you just give like service start top Tomcat or service top Tomcat stop, right? Those kind of things we will do. So now we'll go and see few other things, right? So installation of plugins and all those things are completed, and we'll see next things what we are going to do, right? Now we are seeing now deploy artifacts on a Tomcat server using git bash. This is simple thing only, yeah. That's why I will not spend much time here, but we will as we go, we'll be watching Kubernetes in depth. Okay, Kubernetes is very important. We'll watch Kubernetes in depth. Okay, so now you see what we are doing. We are trying to do deploy to Tomcat server. Okay, and how we are deploying, you see guys, all of you Git, right? Git everyone knows. So you see this is the URL, okay? So I will tell the page number also. What is the page number? Let me check. Page number 31, right? And this document is of 157 pages, okay? Awesome, na? So we should be respectful and we should be thankful for SAIF to helping us, right? So this is the GitHub document, GitHub link of SAIF Panjesha, where he has uploaded all the documents in the sense he has uploaded all the what we call the POM files, the jar files, and the deployment files for the Kubernetes also. Now what we are trying to do, you see, so we have git cloned. So you see, this document alone is enough to learn everything, guys, okay? So those who are new, I will definitely recommend stay here in this till the live is ended, right? So now git clone, right? Git clone, we are having the GitHub repository. Once we clone, what we are seeing these files have come up, right? So what we are doing, you see, we are actually creating or updating the index.jsp, and this is our code actually, right? Index.jsp is our code, right? And we are again pushing back to the actual repository. Now all of these things are done and we are in the master branch. All are okay. Any questions still here, guys? Any questions? Any questions? No questions. Okay. So now what we are trying to do, we'll see in a little bit of time. Okay. I'm just scrolling in because I'm making sure. Okay. I'm just scrolling in because we are making sure that you guys are understanding. Okay. Now you see here, I'll be doing up and down, okay, but at some point of time I will be stopping the scrolling, okay, because this is a small window for me also, so that is the reason. So till here everything is clear. In the chat I see docs not found, GUI script JNX status explain, soft link, yes, soft link, docs not found. Azizul Maqsood, I will be sharing this document link in the description after the live is ended, okay? So definitely come and check out here, right? So yes, all are with me, right? And you all know we are going to create now a Docker server, okay? We have installed Tomcat, we have seen everything, we have done almost all the things with Tomcat, we have managed the users also. Now we are seeing some part on the Docker, right? And now we will see how this Docker installation is done, how to manage the Docker, how to integrate Docker with your Jenkins server, right? We'll see now. And for each task we are taking one server, guys, right? And yeah, we'll go now, okay? So what is this Docker server? I have created one EC2 server, and now simple steps, don't need to worry, right? You see how we are installing Docker, okay? How many of you have installed Docker and worked on it? Tell me, guys, tell me. Yes, no? Yes, no? How many of you have installed Docker? No, Tanjil, this document is for free because this is not my document. This is SAIF Panjesha's document, who is my friend, okay? He has agreed for me to share with the community, so this is for free, okay? Okay, got it? Yeah, great. So everyone is very attentive, and that's how I like the spirit, okay? And yes, I will have some water. You guys can also have some water. Okay, now great. Now see, yum install docker -y. So this command will install your Docker, and this everything will be doing on the Linux system only, okay? Service Docker start, Docker images, Docker PS, you all know this. Docker images will give the images, Docker PS, running container, PS-A, all containers. A is all containers, right? Yeah, Docker version, Docker help. Now we will see what actually we are doing, okay? And I think in the Docker exclusive sessions, I have already told all these things, from Docker Hub, Docker image to the Docker container, okay? Great. Now we'll see what is a hub, okay? Docker Hub, you all know, it's basically nothing but where all the images are placed, right? Where all the images are placed at one place, where you are sharing the entire images with your community, entire application images with your community or myself. You create one Docker image and you can share with me on the on the Docker Hub, right? So in DevOps, you think in a bigger picture, right? You think now your mind should be active, okay? For another 2 minutes, make sure your mind is very much active onto my words, right? In DevOps, right? In DevOps, everything everything, right, has a hub where we store something, right, and we have a tool which runs or helps us to take those things into a proper channelized way, and we have a place to deploy the things also, correct? We have a start point, we have an end point, and the middle tasks and the start tasks, end tasks, everything we guys are managing, right? Yes. So we'll be going into the next thing. Yeah, from here there are some things. Yeah, what we are trying to do, see guys, Docker pull Tomcat. So I have installed Docker, and we will be going through the Docker Tomcat. How we install Tomcat, Docker pull. So guys, I'll be giving this document to you all. Definitely check out this. Yes. So Docker pull Tomcat, once you pull, you give Docker images. What you see, you have something called Tomcat and the image ID of that Tomcat, right? And now you say creating a container, right? So this is only for getting the image. Now when you say pull, I have already told this guys, when you say Docker pull, what is happening, right? From here your image, I mean this is hub. From hub your image is getting pulled into your server. And what is your server? Docker host, right? We created a server in EC2 in AWS, right? So that's where we are actually trying to do these things. Now once we say Docker images, you see there is something called image ID, and this is of 680 MB. And now we are creating a container, and you see what is the command for the container? Docker run -d. D is for daemon. I have told this. Name of the container, Tomcat container. Port is host port to the container port, and we are telling Tomcat, right? Tomcat is the image name. All are clear till this? Please say yes. All are clear. All are clear till this. 77 are watching. All are clear. Yes, no, please, so that I can proceed further, right? Okay, 89 likes are there. If you are really liking the session, like it and make it 100. After that I will not ask, okay, because I should not trouble you guys, okay? Yes, great, all are with me, right? So now you see something like Docker PS. So because we have our container ready, you see a container ID, right? You see a container ID, you see the image name, you see what's the command to start that, right? 14 seconds ago, uptime, and you see there is some ports given, right? Now we'll see the next thing. Now once you have done that Tomcat things and you want to access, I told you, right, host port to the container port mapping, guys. And what was our IP address in the container 8080, but our host port was 8081, right? So we give just for checking, like we will do a debugging now, right? We'll do a debugging why this is like 404 not found. Now can anyone tell me why this 404 not found is coming? So what you have done, you have opened the ports, right? You have run the container, you have run the Tomcat, everything is ready. Now tell me why this 404 is coming. Anyone can tell? Now it's telling us that 404 not found. Anyone? Can you tell? No? Okay. SG settings? Okay. Security group settings? Any other things? No, security group settings is not security group settings, because we are getting the response from the server, right? If you see, hitting is happening to the server, but we are getting 404 not found, right? File not there. Okay, Shanmugh, go to today about this bootcamp damn where I was before. Will start from today. Thanks for amazing content. Okay, Akash is telling this thing to me. Thank you, Akash. Allow all traffic. We need to open port for EC2. Security groups. Why Tomcat on Docker server? Page not available, not authorized. Okay, so many things. Now we will see. Okay. Okay, fixing Tomcat container issue. Now what is the issue? We will see. Okay. Now if you see, Tomcat has something called web apps, right? Now why we are doing this? Okay. So you see, Docker exec execute -it interactive mode. IT is nothing but interactive mode. I am going into the Tomcat container now. So container is nothing but, guys, I always tell container is a Linux system, right? And how you go into the Linux system, you do Docker exec execute interactive mode into the terminal bin bash, and now you are into the Tomcat, and you are like user local Tomcat, and you give ls, right? You see so many Tomcat files are there, and you see web apps, right? And you see web apps.dist, right? Great. Now you see what we are trying to do here, right? Now what we are trying to do, there is 2 folders, guys, here. Okay, you all are correct, I mean to some extent. Okay, why I am telling is see, security groups, ports are not issue. Okay, file not found, or server is server, we are able to hit the server, but we are not getting response from the server, right? 404. Okay, tell me this thing, what is 500? Okay, what is 500, guys? Being a DevOps engineer, you should tell me like this, what is 500? Now I am waiting for your response. Okay, meanwhile I'll just tell all the error codes you need to know. Okay, so make sure you are going through all the error codes today, right? Internal server error, server not available, yes, yeah, great. Now what we are trying to do, you see, we are into the webapps.dist, and these files, webapp.dist file, we are copying into the webapps folder, right? So server side response, yes. So once we do that, now you see, okay, now you see, okay, 1 second, I am just going up. Okay, here, now you see we are able to access Tomcat now. Okay, you are able to see, now we are able to access Tomcat. What is the port? 8081, right? So what we have done is we have added the dist folders data to the webapps folder, right? So webapps is our main folder where we are actually trying to host our application, right? All are with me? Yeah, so you see, fixing Tomcat container issue, this is fixed. Now these are some commands which we already know, ps-aps, all those things I am skipping. Right, now create a Docker file. Okay, very important. And someone was asking, I think Daisy or someone was asking, why we are hosting Docker, a Tomcat inside a Docker, right? So why we need Docker, guys? We need Docker to host our applications, right? And there are two types of applications basically. One is Spring Boot application, one is a old traditional Java application which is not using Spring Boot. When you are using a Spring Boot, Tomcat is already available in the Spring Boot, and you can go ahead and readily use that. And when we are using something called legacy application or something, when you are working with the banking domain, right, there might be legacy applications which have not converted their framework into the Spring framework. At that point of time, this type of things you have to do, right? Docker ले लिया, Docker में Tomcat install कर लिया. अब Tomcat में क्या कर रहे हैं हम लोग? Tomcat में हम लोग application install कर रहे हैं. And how we are installing? Because we have a Docker, we need a Docker file also, right? And we are at 39 page. That's okay, we will cover. Okay, now create a Docker file. You all know how we are creating a Docker file. We are writing from run work directory curl command. Okay, we are installing Tomcat, tar. These all things are command, guys. Whatever you are seeing on the capital letters, all are with me? Yes, Saurabh, but in our project we have not used Nexus, na? So we have given 8081 port, it's available. Okay, so now you see whatever it's capital, everything is available for the Docker file. Okay, and this is like how you run. Run is nothing but for running some shell command, right? You see everything is a shell command, right? SCD, stream editor, all those things I have told you guys. There is nothing new. If you have attended my old lectures, okay, at 6 p.m. it will end. At 6 p.m. It will end for sure. If it is extending a little bit, it will be going through 6:15 or so. But yeah, don't worry, right? I'll try to complete. Yeah, I'll try to complete fast. You all know stream editor and everything. Yeah, run, yum. Everything is common, guys. Okay, and how we are starting our application, CMD, and we are doing catalina.sh run. Okay, and this is the command docker build -t. T is tagging, guys, my Tomcat dot. So once the Docker file is created, I have already told you in the last session, my Docker session, I have already told you, those who have not understood, right, or not know this, you just create a Docker file, you just copy this from this document. After the live session, I will be sharing in the description. You just copy this and you install Docker and you run this, and you see what happens, what beautiful things it makes for you, right? What beautiful things it makes for you, right? Now, once you build this Docker build -t my Tomcat dot is nothing but we are targeting the Docker file, right? And from this we are creating an image, right? So vi Docker file, you see what we are doing, and from that we are creating a Tomcat image. So earlier, if you remember, guys, we have pulled the Tomcat image from the tar file, but here we are creating a Tomcat from our own requirement. Let's take, you have a project requirement to create a Tomcat. So you use your own Docker file, you create an image, you create a container out of that, right? Beautiful, na? You are understanding both the things, guys. Understanding, dekho yaar, when you are here to learn, think in that way also, na? Like See, first what we have done, someone is giving us Tomcat. From the tar file, we extracted the tar file, right? Now in this, what we have done, we are making our project based image based on our needs, right? Able to understand? Yes, no? Yeah. So now you all know how to create a user, you all know how to create a password and all those things. Now integrate Docker with Jenkins. Now we are at integrating Docker with Jenkins, and we will see, and you see guys, whatever we are integrating with Jenkins, the pattern will be same. Okay, the pattern will be same. I'll make it a little bit big. Okay, the pattern will be same. Okay, so just be with me. Okay, and you have to understand what's the pattern. Okay, now I'll be showing you what's the pattern. Even if you integrate Kubernetes, even if you integrate Ansible, every pattern remains same, right? Every pattern remains same. Now what we are trying to do, integrate Docker with Jenkins, right? Now when you integrate Docker with Jenkins, what you need to do, right? Guys, all are with me? Tell yes or no. I'm not getting response from you all. If you say yes, I'll be continuing this, where we will be talking in depth how we are integrating two tools, राइट कल को कोई इंटरव्यू में पूछ लिया भाई बता हाउ यू हैव इंटीग्रेटेड, राइट? तो आपको पता होना चाहिए, राइट? नाउ टेल मी yes or no. Are you able to get it what I am telling? Yes? Great, great. That's awesome. That's awesome, right? Yeah. Now we are trying to integrate Docker with Jenkins now, right? So for that, what we are trying to do is we are trying to create a Docker admin user. Whenever you are creating whenever you are installing a tool or a software and you want to integrate with other two systems, so you need to give passwordless SSH. At the same time, you need to have this user in this system also. So we will be going to see how you actually manage this users and all. Okay. So you see the heading now. In your brain, feed this heading, and if you are writing the notes, just take down like very important things. Integrate Docker with Jenkins. Okay, integrate Docker with Jenkins. Now how we are trying to do, we'll see. Okay, now create a Docker admin user. So we are creating a Docker admin, 3 steps. Create a Docker admin user, install publish over SSH plugin, and add Docker host to the Jenkins. Configure systems. Okay, these 3 things. But how to achieve that? Now we will see. You are in the Docker host. Everything we are doing in the Docker system only. We have not gone into the Jenkins system till now. Okay, we are at the Docker system. Now what we are doing in the Docker system, we are creating a user, we are creating a group. Now you see, user add Docker admin. So this is again Linux, right? Password Docker admin for changing the password, right? Password I have changed, everything is good, right? Now what I am doing, I am modifying the Docker admin group to Docker. Okay, AG is group. I am adding Docker admin user to the Docker group, right? And all of these where I am doing, guys, on the Docker host system, on the Docker host Linux system, right? So Azizul Maksud is asking interview questionnaire. So Azizul, I have made a particular series, interview series of my experience, and I have shared all the questions also for Amazon. Guys, those who are listening or those who are new, I have shared my Amazon interview questions, I have shared my Paytm interview questions, I have shared my SAP interview questions, I have shared my Walmart experience, I have shared my what else? I think 5 to 6 organizations I have shared, but yeah, yet more organizations are there online. So you check my channel, you will get every document in the description. Okay, Azizul? Great. Now we have done all the things. We have added the Docker user. Now the step 2 was go to the Jenkins and add publish over SSH plugin. So once you do that, automatically your plugin will be added, right? Automatically your plugin will be added, right? And now you see, once the public plugin is added, you see what we are getting, right? We are getting some keys to be added, and you see SSH server Docker host, right? And now for it to get achieved, we will do some things now. Okay, and what are the things you see here? Okay, now login as Docker admin. Step 2, configure. Okay, now we are in the Docker system and we are doing some tasks now. Okay, and I told you SSH passwordless connectivity should be important. How many of you know unable to do? Okay, now how many of you know how to do a passwordless SSH connectivity? I hope you should know, right? All of you know. Now we will see how to do a passwordless connectivity. Okay, so I'll just skip all those things. So yes, this is the passwordless connectivity, right? You see, we are in the Docker host system. Yes, we are in the Docker host system, and this command will create the keys for you. SSH keygen. Yes, Sajal, correct. You are very correct. We are actually creating SSH keygen file, okay, and we are creating the keys basically, and this keys we will transfer it to the Jenkins server, so that Jenkins will understand that okay, this Docker server is an authorized server for Jenkins to talk, right? So similarly, you have some two phones, and how the two phones will talk with the number, genuinity, right? In the same way. So what I have done, SSH keygen, right? And you see, once the SSH keygen is done, it will ask like overwrite, yes, no, everything you give, enter, and you see something is generated, okay? Something is generated. I will show you what is that, okay? Now you see, guys, very beautiful topic, very, very important topic, right? Now you see, once we do the SSH keygen, right, whatever the user we have created, under that user there is a .ssh folder created, okay, getting me? And this .ssh folder is very, very important, and this was the interview question basically. They will ask you under the .pem ssh what is the data available and how you copy that to the next server. So you see, under SSH you see LL, long list I have given, LL is long list. I have given id_rsa.pub. So public key, private key will be there, and we will use the public key, and we will copy the public key from this server and we will put it on the Jenkins server, right? So all are with me? So we will see, okay? Now this is just for creating a new job, but yeah, we will see how we are doing that, okay? And build over SSH artifact. These all things are common. I will not go through that. Test case, everything is common. Yeah. So now come here. We are here now. Okay. Now there are some permission errors for our project. Okay. Public and private key. Yes, Venki is correct. This is public and private key, right? And as we go, can you repeat the interview question you said? Okay. Prabal, I am not remembering if I have told any. Okay. Interview question was how you copy the public key, how you create the keygens, SSH keygens, the keys, and transfer from one system to another system in order to make sure that is a passwordless connectivity system, right? Right. Yes, it's a recorded session. It will be a recorded and it will be available after the live for you all, right? So now you see we have copied the we have not copied yet. We have to copy. I'll be showing you that. So now what we are trying to do in the Docker host, we are doing some hands-on here. You see here, we are actually in the home folder, and we are doing some rm-rf. We are removing something, and you see here we are doing long list in the home folder where there is a Docker admin user who is having Docker admin group and Docker admin user as well, right? And we have a easy to user. But yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll see, right? And you see, update Tomcat Docker file to automate deployment process. We will see how this Docker Tomcat file, which we have actually installed, right? How to automate that, right? So these all are nothing, just long list. What are the data we are having in the opt folder, OPT, right? And you all know OPT is a folder which is given by Linux only, right? We have not created OPT. When we are actually asking a Linux system in the AWS, it will defaultly give us /OPT. Okay, so now you see in the /OPT, you see long list, you have AWS, container D, RH, Docker, and all those things. I mean, we are making directory Docker, right? And this is the Docker. Now, you see what we are trying to do. In the Docker folder, guys, again, one interview question, listen this carefully, right? Okay. This is something like this, okay? You see, when we are creating a folder, it's of root group, right? Group and root, right? Now what we are trying to do, we are actually chmod modifying the permissions of the Docker folder to Docker admin, right? chmod -r Docker admin, right? User and group, right? You are able to get me? Yes. So we have done that. We'll see what we are trying to achieve, right? Now you see once, okay, this was invalid. See, SAIF is very good, huh? He has given us what might go wrong also, right? And that's why. So change owner, that was chmod. Chmod is for permission, guys, okay? Yes. Now you see, I will tell the difference. chmod is for changing the file permissions. When you say 777, when you say 666, 600, -r is for recursive. It means under the folder, some files are there. Under the folders, some 1000 files are there. it will also get the same username and the group. Recursive, repeatedly add the same group and user to all the files. Yes, yes, Sajal, correct. So now you see we are here, right? And what we are trying to do here, Docker file is there, and we are moving the Docker file to, guys, this is important step. What we are trying to do, we have created a Docker folder. Everything is on the Linux only, okay? That is why I tell it is important, okay? So now what we have done under the OPT, guys, I am repeating it again. I will take some water. I'll take some water. Okay, Tanjil, very good question. I know why you are asking. I know. So tell me, what is your thoughts on this question? Okay, I would like to hear from you. And yes, great. That was awesome. Great. So I would love to hear from you, Tanjil, or whoever is watching me. I know you will be curious. I never told this is our last bootcamp session because I didn't want it to do, right? And I wanted to make sure I bring more sessions like this, right? That is why if I am not able to do, this will be our last session for this bootcamp. But if I am having the same, time and all, because I travel to Bangalore, and even for doing this live, I need 300 Mbps of live, the internet connectivity, and that is why I've came to my friend's home, right? So I am very thankful to my friend, and seriously, right? We should be thankful because I asked him yesterday only. I was thinking how to conduct live and all. I thought of going to internet cafe, but there the port connectivity is not there. Some issues. So I asked my friend finally, and he agreed, right? So yes, and if I am able to continue the same, I'll be doing that, or else, yeah, last session. But yeah, you tell what you are thinking, huh? Tanjil and Delhi or whoever has watched me from the session 1 from July, right? June, July, August. Great. Now we'll go, we have created a Docker folder and we have given the permissions, and what we are trying to do, we are moving the Docker file into the Docker folder. Now we'll see what we are trying to do. Yes, and we'll see at what time. Okay, 53. Okay, no worries, right? So what we are trying to do, you see, configuring path to copy in CD OPT. Okay, what we are trying to do, we are trying to actually send this war file, right, to a folder called Docker. You see what I am trying to do, source file, configuring path to copy in CD OPT, right? So what I am trying to do, the .war file is there, and I am trying to copy that .war file into the Docker file, Docker folder which we have created. Yeah, got it? So now LL, there is a Docker file. So you see under the Docker folder which has the Docker admin user and the password group, whatever it is, right? You have the Docker file and you have webapp.war, right? And how it has come, we have actually configured in the Jenkins to copy this war file into the OPT file. And you now see what we are trying to do. Okay, these are some Docker steps, guys. So be with me, okay? Be with me for next 5 to 10 minutes. We'll see how it is going, okay? Okay, now from Tomcat latest run cp copy. What I am copying, guys, I am copying all the contents of webapp.dist into the webapps Tomcat webapps folder, right? And what I am doing, copy the current folder we have copied the .var, right? From there we are copying it to Tomcat webapps. So copy run from, this is a Docker file, okay? So now you see there is a Docker file 1, there is a Docker file 2, right? And you see date, somewhere 2022 only, right? This document is created. So to help you all only, right? To help me, to help you all. So you see when I say docker build-t tomcat v1 version 1 dot, you see we have created an image. Now from that image we are doing something, right? And these all things are like basically on the Docker. And you see service, when we say Docker service Docker status, it is telling us what kind of service we are expecting, right? We are hitting Docker service and we are telling that whether it is running, stopped, or loaded state, whatever the state it might be. Okay, so now These all things are again how the Docker. So guys, Docker image is a layer of data is present, and those all layers form together as an image. So you see layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, right? You all agree with me, right? Yes, no? Yes, no? Okay, good question. So yes, Tanjil, for you, yes, I will definitely reveal that we have some special members. I have already noted the name. I have already told you guys also, right? We have something big coming up, right? Give me some time. I will announce, and definitely watch tomorrow's vlog. I will release tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow is what time? 28. I will release my vlog of meeting everyone in Bangalore. That was really awesome. People have showed so much love and support. So definitely be with me, huh? Great. Now we will see these all are layers, right? And definitely guys, share the channel link with your friends. At 10K we are having much more bigger plans, right? And 700 members are less for 10K. I know 2 weeks I have not concentrated on my channel, and you know, when we travel from one place to another place, it really becomes difficult to manage everything, right? We are completely into new city. We have to search home, we have to get our things settled down, we have to do some meetups with friends and all, right? So those things are also there. So yes, we are going ahead. These all things are common only, yeah. But now you see here we are going into a little bit fast. Okay, now what we are trying to do, we have installed Jenkins, we have installed Tomcat, we have installed everything, we have installed Docker, we have run the Docker image, right? And you see some things we are getting. Okay, and when we do prune, okay, what is this prune, guys? Docker images prune -a. -a is for all. Okay, all. And you see Docker image prune -a. When you say prune, it means that we are deleting every image of Docker, whatever we have built it. Okay, so removing all running container. How we do removing all container, guys, without seeing the slide, right? Guys, tell me how you will remove the containers, all containers, without seeing this slide, huh? Tell me. Okay guys, tell me anything in your mind. What is the command to remove all the containers? Docker RMI, yes, great. Okay, thank you Rajiv, thank you Tanjil, and thank you everyone, those who are supporting, right? So nothing. Okay, Docker container prune is there. Docker RMI we can use for images, right? Yes. Now we are into Ansible, guys, very important. We are into Ansible. So what we are trying to do, you see what we are trying to do here, right? So we have introduced Ansible. We have still not introduced what is that? Kubernetes, guys. Okay, very important. How we are installing Ansible, how we are copying SSH keys, how we are creating Ansible user, everything we will see. Only new thing here is Ansible is introduced. Okay, so it is like using Ansible to create containers now. Okay, we'll see. Okay, Ansible server. How what we have done till now? Tomcat server we have done, Docker server we have done, Jenkins server we have done, and now we are at Ansible server. Okay, we are at Ansible server, guys. Okay, Docker prune, correct. You are correct, Vimal. Now we are at Ansible server, right? And how we will do that Ansible server, we will see. Okay, now again I am telling you guys, whenever you are installing a tool, and guys, this is very important installation. If you are 50, that's fine, please watch this. Okay, if you are new to Ansible, just see how we are creating admin users, what files we are changing and all those things. Okay, so I am into the Ansible server now. Okay, and what I am doing, user add Ansible admin, ANSA admin. You can give any name, but basically I am giving ANSA admin, ANS Ansible admin, basically, right? And password for that. So admin, Ansible admin is created, right? Ansible admin is created. Now we will see what we are trying to do. Okay, now guys, very important, when you create a user, when you create an Ansible user, basically Ansible needs that user to have some permissions, and basically we add that permissions into the sudoers file. How many of you know sudoers? Tell me, what is sudoers file? Don't check at this slide, but yeah, tell me how many of you know sudoers, right? It is basically an additional or it is used to actually give permissions to set of users, right? So sudoers is a file. If someone asks you interview, you have to tell them, basically it's a file which helps the users to have some set of permissions. Great, Ravi Teja is absolutely correct, right? It's basically for permissions. Now if you see what we are trying to do in Ansible, right, you see without a password, right, no password all and all, right? So what we are trying to do, we are setting up the things where we tell that no password, right, for all the users, right? So add users to sudoers file, right, and we have added users here to the sudoers file, and you see somewhere we would have added the user here. I think in the next slide we will be adding, I'll be showing you that. Okay, where is the next slide? It's not loading. Okay, great. So what we are trying to do is, we are trying to create a user. We have already created, and we are having the SSH users password also, and we have already told where is the SSH keys are present and all, and you see password authentication we are telling yes, right, and that is what we have uncommented. So what we are trying to do is, we are actually trying to give the user the password authentication as yes. That user should have the password authentication, right, and we'll go see how we are actually achieving the other things, right? So now, okay, great. Now again SSH keygen for Docker we have seen in the same Docker. Why we have seen? Because we have created a Docker user. In the same way you see here SSH keygen for Ansible also. So my only one request for you all is, every time when you create or do some task on the project or on the tool, you have to create one user, right? So you see, when we create a user, step 2 is we are creating the keys for that user, right? Great. Now once we do this, we will see what we are trying to do. Okay, so SSH keygen, again the same story, we are creating the keys. Okay, so you see IDRSA pub, IDRSA key. Okay, now we'll see in the next slide what we are trying to do. See here, I am just making it big. So the key has been generated. Okay, so the key has been generated, and after that what we are trying to see, we will see. Okay, I hope from this you got good insights what we are trying to do, right? And the last setup will be the Kubernetes setup. Okay, so I'll be showing you that also. Okay, so now what is this? Integrate Docker with Ansible. Okay, so why we need to do this? We need to do this because we are deploying now from the Ansible to the Docker, right? We are trying to deploy from the Ansible to the Docker. So we need an integration between both of them, right? So on the Docker host, what you do? On the Docker host, you create Ansible admin and add Ansible admin to sudoers file, which we have already done that, and enable password based login, which we have already done on Ansible host, right? Now on the Docker host we will do, and on Ansible node what we are trying to do, add to the host file. And what is this host file actually? Host file is the place where all the IP addresses inventory, basically all the host, we will tell to the Ansible that okay, this Docker is your host, right? And this Ansible, once we give the Docker, this is Docker, okay, this my hand is Docker, and this Docker has an IP. That IP I will add it in the Docker host, sorry, in the Ansible host file. It means I am telling Ansible that hey Ansible, this server you can actually try to install the things. Okay, so that's how we will do. Copy SSH keys, passwordless connectivity, test the connection. We'll see all those things. Okay, so this is the same story. In the sudoers file we will say no password all, right? Ansible admin, ANSA admin. See, so what we are trying to do in the ANSA admin, right, we are telling that it should have something all, right? Now you see added host IP address from Docker host. So these all things where we are doing, guys, these all things we are doing in Ansible server. Okay, we are doing in Ansible server. So this is the host inventory file, and this IP address of 172.31.31.176 is nothing but Docker host IP address. Now many of you have doubt. Okay, now let's think, this charger is my third server, okay, where I want to deploy some project into this server. Now this server has IP address 172.2.2.1. let's think as an example. Now what I'm trying to do, This IP address, I will map it in the inventory file of Ansible. So Ansible is my brain, guys, okay, and in the brain I am feeding the IP address, and once the brain knows that, okay, this is the server which is actually friend of Ansible, it will try to deploy and it will execute all the things which you tell. And we have already seen in our session 9 where we have exclusively talked on Ansible, right? And that's where I have brought all the things for you all at one place, right? So now we'll see the next things. Copying SSH key to Docker host. Yes, everything is important, every step is important. And now why we are doing, again, this is done because in order to make sure this passwordless connectivity is established, right? So yes, you copy the SSH keys, right? And how you copy, basically we will see. Just use cd SSH, right? And you just say like copy, right? And we do a passwordless connectivity, right? So now we'll go and see the next few things, how we are achieving the things. Okay, now two things here. You can directly copy this file or push this file to artifact, JFrog artifact, and then from there you can download into the other server, or else you just cat the file public key and you copy this thing. Guys, remember one thing, only public key has to be copied, no other key, only public key has to be copied into the server where you want to do it, right? Where you want to actually have the passwordless connectivity, right? So you see, I have copied the public key now. Okay, let's see what we are trying to do. All right, so once the public key is copied and all the things are connected, you see when I am using the inline module, Ansible module, okay, this is the inline command. Okay, you all are able to see this is the Ansible inline command, guys. And what we are trying to do, Ansible all -m module is ping module I am using. So this is the command module I am using. What is the uptime and all. So you see there is an IP address coming in 172.31.31.176. It means that Docker is now a dedicated server of Ansible. All are with me, guys? All are with me? Yes, no? 44 are watching. I will close the session soon. Be with me for another 20 minutes. We will close this session. Okay? No worries. Okay? Now, are you with me? Are you with me, guys? Yes, great. So you are telling, okay? Great. Great. All are with me. Okay, great. So all are listening. Now, India's Tech Guru, okay. Okay, I would like to know your name, India's Tech Guru, because I don't know. You have told that you have been with me from session 1. So I would like to know your name, right? And definitely, if there is something you want to inform me, ping me on LinkedIn. First tell me your name here. I would love to hear, and ping me on LinkedIn if possible. We'll talk, right? And the Devops Tech also, right? Ping me on LinkedIn. We will talk, right? Great. So yes, we'll go in the next set of things what we are trying to do. Yes, these all things are common, so I'll not go through here, right? We have connected the Ansible admin and all those things, and you see we are giving the Docker, right? We are giving the Docker now. This is in the which server, guys? In the Ansible server we have created a Docker folder, and what we are trying to give, we are trying to change the ownership of the Docker to the Ansible admin, right? So that Ansible admin is the owner for that folder, right? Oh, Vimal, what is your full name, India's Tech Guru? You please ping me on LinkedIn, we will talk, like you and Devops Tech also, please ping me on LinkedIn, we both will talk, okay? Yes, so we'll change the ownership, right? And once the ownership is changed, you see for rest of the things it's root, right? For other things it's an ANSA admin, right? Great. Now I'll just scroll all these things because we have seen all these things, same things on the Docker also, right? So you already know all these things. I'll just scroll. Don't worry. Whenever I feel like it's good for me to show you some important content, I will be stopping here. Okay. So these all things are in common. Don't worry. Yes. Now this is important, guys. This is important. We are trying to create an Ansible playbook now. Okay, and that playbook we will see how we are creating container and all those things, right? Now All are with me? You want break or something, you let me know. I'll definitely give that, right? So now very important what we are trying to do, you see here, right? Ansible playbook to create image and container, guys, okay? And how we create a container, how we create an image, and all those things we will see, okay? So now first thing first, we have already added the IP address of that, right? Ansible admin. So once we added the IP address, you see what we are trying to do, okay? Sorry, yeah, I was here. So what we are trying to do, sudo vi etc ansible host, you see Docker host and Ansible host, right? So we are in the Ansible server only, and we have added the Docker host. You see here, all of you know, right? This one, all of you know, like how the Docker host is there, what we are trying to do here, right? Yes. So okay, this guy again came. He was sleeping till now, and he again came. Go down, you just sleep again. Okay, so sorry for that. This guy, this Leo was sleeping till now, and he again came, right? Now we were at Docker host, and we were talking about the IP address, right? And we have integrated both the things, right? And once we did that, we'll see what we are trying to do, okay? Okay, again it's the same commands. Ansible, it's basically for checking. Once you add the IP address into the host file, this is basically for checking the setup, whether everything is correct or not. And once you do the Ansible all -a uptime, you see the IP address of the Docker which we have given. Now let's take, I already told you an example, like 172.2.2.2. if that is our third server, and that server also we will be adding in our inventory file, and once we give this command, it will show that IP address also if everything is good, right? So these all things are basic things. I will just tell you now a very important thing, creating playbook. Okay, this we have already discussed in the Ansible session, but yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's completely fine. Okay, everyone is welcoming Leo now. Great. Yes, Leo is now again he's sleeping, but yeah, once he woke up, I'll again introduce you. Yeah, great. Yeah, it slept actually. It listened to my command. He is very good. I have shared so if anyone wants to see him, it's Singham for Devops, my Instagram group. I have shared a video also today only. So much love that video got. He is very good actually. He is very intelligent and very good, right? So definitely check out that video. So now we are creating a playbook now. Okay, and now you see what we are trying to do. Okay, so basically we know like how the playbook is. It has the hosts at the top. You are able to see it has a tasks. So what we are trying to do, create Docker image. So guys, when someone asks, have you created a Ansible playbook to have the Docker image and then to deploy onto the Kubernetes? Now after this bootcamp session 10, you will be able to tell that confidently, right? You will be able to tell that confidently, right? Getting me, right? So this is very important concept, which another might be like 20 minutes I will be taking in, right? So be with me, right? Now what are the tasks? Create Docker image, and what we are creating, Docker build -t, right? Reg app latest dot. And what is this dot, guys? And remember one thing, here you are not able to see the project structure, but yes, wherever this Ansible playbook is present, there only we have the Docker file also, right? And what we are trying to do, we are trying to create image out of that Docker file, right? We are trying to build an image of name as reg app equal to latest. Yes, right? Great. Right. Yes, Tanjil. Great. Now once you do this, you see regapp.yml is created for Ansible playbook, right? Regapp.yml is created for Ansible playbook. So our Ansible playbook name is regapp.yml. In the GitHub repo, which document I will be sharing, you guys can get that. Okay. Now, once you see here, our playbook is executing step-by-step tasks, and you see where it is executing, guys, on the Docker system, right? 172.31.26, right? What is that, guys? It is a Docker IP address, right? It was a Docker IP address, right? Yes, all are agreeing with me. Yeah, it's a Docker IP address, and everything we are doing on the Docker only, right? Ansible is doing everything on the Docker, right? So we'll see some more things. Successfully created a Docker image. Yes, we have given only one command, one task only we have given in the playbook, right? And it has executed. Now we'll see some other things. added image to the Docker hub and all those things. Yeah, created Ansible playbook. Now a little bit of additional tasks we will do. Okay, args mean arguments. Okay, Tarun, args mean arguments. Now when we say playbook, first thing we created image. Now what we are trying to do from the Ansible playbook, guys, listen carefully. 50 of you are watching. I bet these are very good things to know. Right, now what we are trying to do here, we are creating a tag to push to the Docker hub, right? And Docker tag reg app, right? Some name, tag name we have given, and it will push automatically, and you see Docker push. Finally we are creating a tag and we are pushing it to the Docker hub. See the 3 tasks, right? Task 1 was create Docker image, task 2 was create tag to push image on Docker hub, and task 3 is push Docker image on Docker hub, right? These 3 tasks are completed now, and Ansible playbook is completed. These are task execution, how you feel like, right? And we will see like, see, finally in the Docker hub, if you see what we are trying to do, we are trying to have our image here, right? Reg app, that was our image, right? We have sent to the Docker hub. Now successfully created, successfully checks, everything is done. So basically this was basically all about Ansible, guys. Okay, now without wasting much time, I will be directly going into the where. Now the last part you are excited to listen, right? We are at Kubernetes. Okay, those slides are okay. Those slides you can also read. Okay, so now uses of tag in Docker. Okay, Sundar, tags are nothing but, you all know the products. Let's take, I am going to buy a charger from the market. You will see a barcode on the charger or the charger box. What it means? It means a tag, when it is manufactured, what it is doing, what's the date actually, date of expiry, date of manufacture, all the things will be on this charger, right? Similarly, tag is nothing but, we are identifying the image with a specific tag or a product ID, you can say in other terms, right? Great. Now we are at the final slides. I mean, I am almost in a completion note. Another 15 minutes you be with me, and finally we will discuss some things and we will wind up the session 10, right? So all are with me, guys. Just if you have not liked the video, please like it, right? And it will really help me to boost, right? Yes. And I know I was little bit skeptical to share this doc with you all, because I know it's a live session where people talk literally some things which they don't know. But again, I would like to tell, I have taken proper permission, I have taken everything, and I have the screenshots also available. Praveen will not do anything for just God's sake, right? I mean, I'm not here to create any such kind of things which will, which will impact others, at the same time myself also, right? I go through proper agendas. If I'm planning something, I will go through a proper plan, right? If I'm planning a meetup, for it, you literally don't know, for 4 days I searched for the places, I searched for the best environment for the people to enjoy my words or my meet, right? Even though I don't have bike, I asked my friend, he came, they all supported me a lot, right? So whatever I do, it's not just like 1 day task. I plan from a week and then plan at the weekend, right? So I hope you are there to support me. If any such XYZ things comes to our path, you all are there to support me. And in LinkedIn, you are awesome. You have shown so much support to me, right? And I am thinking after this session also, I will get some here and there comments, but that's okay, right? So you all are there to support me. I am completely fine with that, right? Now we are at the final stage where we are deploying our artifacts onto the pod Kubernetes. So first we'll take a Kubernetes, we'll take a server, and we'll try to install the Kubernetes. And you see there are different types of Kubernetes. Okay, great. Ganesh has joined. Thanks Ganesh for joining. So guys, again I am telling, this is the last thing. Another 15 minutes I will wind up this session. So be with me, and you will learn, you will see. And after this session, I will place the document in the description. So definitely go ahead and check out that. And also the GitHub link in the document, you just click on the link, it will directly take you to the GitHub, and you will find all the documents, all the files, deployment files, pod files, everything, service files you will be finding. Okay. So now installing Kubernetes, what we are trying to do here, Kubernetes, we are taking the Amazon EKS. Okay. Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service we are taking. Okay. So yes, how we are doing and all those things, very, very important, so that you directly keep this in your resume, right? Very good question, Ravi Teja. See, as technology increases, basics remain same. People are migrating to Azure DevOps, people are migrating to AWS DevOps, but the basics we should know, right? Without the basics, if we learn very top-notch quality data also, that will not help us, right? Okay, so guys, I will start this session. Yeah, thanks Sansi for asking that. Okay, so now thing is, Kubernetes comes with variety of flavors and mixtures, and I usually call that as a masala, right? Every tool comes up with various flavors, various melange of mixtures. Yeah, you can use anything, Vijay, right? So now bootstrapping clusters with KubeADM. KubeADM is a tool which Kubernetes provides, and we can use to create clusters and all. Installing Kubernetes with kops, you would have heard Minikube, you would have heard Rancher. In the same way, these are the other tools which Kubernetes provides, right? So that's how we use. Okay, so now we will see how we are actually trying to do that, right? Now let's take, if you see how I am trying to do, we will see now. Okay, so now what we are trying to do, EKS bootstrap, I have created a server. Basically we will do all these things in a server, right? And we will also take Elastic Kubernetes service also, right? So now install AWS CLI latest version. So you just, after this session now, whichever task, whichever project you felt is good, take that one and do the hands-on. Okay, so now you see, install AWS CLI latest version. So you just take the curl command .zip, it will automatically gets downloaded onto your system, and you unzip it and you say sudo .aws.in/install, and the AWS CLI will be installed. Now someone was asking like kube spray and all those things. Yeah, like how we have Helms, how we have different types of other things in Kubernetes, Minikube, Rancher and all the things. Like each flavors, as I have told you, those are like flavors only, right? So now set up, okay, sorry about that sound, it's my phone actually, right? So now you see what we are trying to do. We have installed AWS version, right? And now we are setting up the Kubernetes, okay, Kubernetes clusters and all those things. So for the kubectl, first of all, we will hit this URL, and once we do, you see kubectl is downloaded, and you see LL, you see AWS CLI and kubectl also, right? Yes, sorry for that, I'll come back. Yes, once you do that, chmod plus x, right? So chmod plus x is like giving entire permission to the executable file, and basically here our executable is kubectl, right? And basically what we are trying to do, move to the user local bin. These all are Linux system admin work only, right? And now very important slide, guys, sorry for that scroll. This is very important slide, and here what we are trying to do, test that your kubectl installation was successful. You hit kubectl version, you will get this data. But here set up EKS-CTL, okay, very interesting, okay, very interesting. And make sure you are listening this, okay, another 10-15 minutes. Okay, now set up EKS-CTL, okay, download and extract the latest release. You see, this is direct command which you hit and you get the EKS-CTL, okay, and once you get the EKS-CTL, you again move it to the bin folder, okay, and you say EKS-CTL version. This is for Elastic Kubernetes service, guys. Those who are thinking like what is EKS and all, those are Elastic Kubernetes service in what we are doing in AWS, okay. Now very important, step 3, for the EKS, right, for the Amazon EKS, Elastic Kubernetes service, you need the IAM roles, right, CloudFormation or EC2. Just concentrate as of now on IAM roles, right? So what are IAM roles? In AWS session, I think we have discussed IAM roles are basically permissions for each service, right? Whether the user can access that or not, what type of permissions that particular EKS or EC2 instance or any service which you feel, DynamoDB, RDS, okay, any service which you feel. Okay, great. Now for the IAM role, right, this is very important for you to attach the IAM role to the Elastic Kubernetes service. And why we need, not only for Elastic Kubernetes service, but for S3 bucket you need IAM roles, IAM policies. For EC2 instance you need, for any service which you create on AWS, you need the IAM role and policies, right? So you see, We have something called Amazon EC2 full access, IAM full access, administrator access. So this all are IAM roles, and we have created a new role called EKS CTL underscore role, where let's take I'm just creating a new role, right? Or else I am modifying the existing role where I am adding all the permissions. So once I create this and save, I can select tick, 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 right? All the ticks, and then you say save. Automatically all the permissions will be attached, and you take this IAM role and attach it to the EKS cluster. All the roles will be applied on your EKS. All are with me? All are with me, guys? Please tell yes, no, and then I will proceed. Right? All are with me? Yes. Now, very important slide, very important slide, right? Yeah. Okay. Azizul, thank you so much, brother, for your so much love. You are telling so much lectures you have bought from Udemy, but never listened so good lecture from you. Yes. Thanks a lot. That's really helpful. Yes, all are listening. That's great. So we are at important topic. So guys, that's what I am telling now. People have different skill sets, right? I am good at delivering lecture. My friend SAIF is good at creating document, right? And you know, wonderful document he has created for Terraform also. He shared with me on LinkedIn, and he was telling like, Praveen, this is for Terraform, you can share. I said, okay, I will take some time. I cannot do again. I mean, on a repetitive basis, I will take time. But yeah, definitely I will bring him on my channel. He's very good person and a very intelligent by knowledge, right? So yes, now how you create a cluster, guys? So what we have done, step 1, step 2, step 3, we are at step 4, we are creating clusters and nodes. Okay. So what we are trying to do, we are creating cluster and node. You see direct command, guys. And if you have any questions, definitely ask me directly. Okay. So now EKS CTL, okay, if we are using Kubernetes, here it will be kubectl. Okay. So now EKS CTL create cluster name, right? -- name, cluster name, region. AWS has 18 to 19 regions. You all know different types of regions we have in AWS, right? And these regions will help us to deploy our application or create service or whatever it is, right? So now create your own cluster and nodes. We are creating our own cluster with -- name, cluster name. And you see region is like US East to or West or whatever region it is, right? And guys, definitely join my Instagram group, right? Okay, definitely join my definitely join my Telegram group, where you all can talk with each other and definitely get lot of knowledge, right? So people like have not formed the community. I have formed the community for you all to gain the knowledge. Even you can tell me that, okay, Praveen, this is coming new in the market, can we explore this? You can give suggestions also, so that I will also learn, right? I also want to grow in my career, right? These are all our knowledge which I have acquired for the past years which I have worked, right? Now I want to acquire new knowledge. You can definitely share the things, like you can tell that, okay, Praveen, these are the things which we can learn together, right? Yeah. So you see node type, right? Instance type. So basically everything is a server, guys. Everything is a server. Your Kubernetes is a server, your AWS is a server, AWS EC2 instance is a server, everything is a server. And nodes, minimum nodes 2, maximum nodes 2. And what are the zones? Availability zones, right? AZ1, availability zone 1 and availability zone 2, right? So for example, you see EKS CTL create cluster name is SAIF, right? Region is US East 1 and T2 small. T2.small, why? Because T2.small is of free of cost, right? In AWS, T2.small is of like free of cost. Okay. So 1 second, I just will reply to one query, right? Okay, that's good. So now we have created what we have created, guys, we have created the cluster with some nodes. Okay, now how to verify whether that is created or not? You see, when you hit this command, right, you will see something like this. Okay, you will see something like this. See, under cloud formation stacks And you know, it's very simple. People think it's very difficult to manage the things, difficult to learn Kubernetes, difficult to learn ECS, EKS. But you see how easy with a single command. Are you agreeing with me? Yes, no? With a single command now you see CloudFormation stacks also have been created. Yes, you can copy paste the commands directly from this document. It's a copy pastable document. Okay, so no need to worry about that. Okay, so now you see there are two things coming up here as a stacks. Okay, so now stacks in CloudFormation we have already created, right? Okay, I have created the stacks. I'll just make it small now. Okay, and to delete the cluster you just say EKSCTL delete cluster SAIF, and this entire thing, stacks and the cluster will be deleted, right? So now let's go ahead with some other things. Now you see, validate your cluster by checking nodes and creating a pod, right? So now you see we have AWS CLI installed. We have created the EKS clusters, nodes, everything. But you see we are doing something here, right? We are changing some configurations of this file. Okay, and you see kubectl get nodes. These are the default nodes. Okay, these are the default nodes which have been created. Okay, now you see, if I want to create a pod, you can directly run in a direct way. You see kubectl run web app --image httpd, right? This is a direct command line where I am creating a pod directly, right? And you see what is the cluster IP get all, kubectl get all. It is for getting all the cluster IP details, right? So how many clusters we have, guys? One cluster. How many nodes we have? 2 nodes, right? Getting me, right? That is the architecture. 1 cluster, 2 nodes, right? And we'll see, right? We'll see now. Great. Now command for showing only pod, kubectl get pivot. It will show you the one pod which we have created, right? And basically I will be going through each of the commands, right? In another 5 minutes or 10 minutes we'll be completing this document, right? Now deploying Nginx container in the cluster is, guys, okay, listen to me carefully. Cluster is ready, nodes are ready, pods are ready, the setup is ready. Yeah, but how you access these things is important. Okay, now you see Nginx container in the Kubernetes. Okay, you see kubectl create deployment. This is the deployment name, right? Image is Nginx. Replicas, I need 2 replicas of Nginx where it should run on port 80, right? And once I give this, and once I say once I hit this command, the yellow command. Okay, all are with me, guys? All are with me? Yes, no? Yes, no? Yeah? All are with me? Yes? Okay, great. So now kubectl get all, it will give you all the pods. Kubectl get pod, it will give you the pod details. Now you see here, right? Expose the deployment as service. How will you create a load balancer, guys? This is very, very, very beautiful slide, right? And if you see kubectl exposed deployment, the deployment name is demo Nginx, which we have created in the previous slide, and I'm telling type load balancer. Okay, I'm creating the deployment of type as load balancer, and you see once I hit this command, automatically in my AWS console, or anyways in the Kubernetes cluster, it will get created. Okay, load balancer with the cluster IP, and the external IP is A5E7. And now what we are trying to do, guys, can you do okay, sorry, can you tell me, in the first slide, I mean in the previous slide, we created an application. Okay, we deployed an application on Kubernetes. On the second slide, for the same application, I am creating a load balancer. So load balancer is there, application is there. Now we are trying to achieve the hitting of that application from an external source. You see, once I hit this command kubectl expose deployment port 80 type load balancer, in the Nginx or in the Tomcat there is an application. Right now this load balancer will hit the Nginx, and the Nginx will hit the application. Okay, now you see external IP, right? The load balancer is giving the external IP, right? External IP of this IP, right? And you see the beauty is, in the next slide I will show you, right? In the next slide I will show you that with this external IP, right, you can hit the application. Okay, where is that photo? Okay, I think I have missed that, but yeah, let me scroll up. Okay, I think I have missed it somewhere, but yeah, that is the fact. Okay, if I'm not telling, don't take me wrong. That picture should be there here. I have gone through the document. Right now, very important. We are at 5 minutes. Okay, another 5 minutes. Yeah. Now, creating a manifest file, these all things is straightforward from 108, okay? Page number 108, these all are generic, but I will directly show you what it is, okay? So now we are creating a manifest file where we are having pod.yml. In the pod.yml, we are defining API version, kind, metadata. These all things I have discussed in the Kubernetes session very, very clearly in depth. Session number 4 was Kubernetes. So definitely check out that. So first we created a manifest file, right? This is a manifest file. And creating a service, every application needs a service, so we are creating a service and a kind service, and we are attaching the name as a demo service. And you see, when we are creating a cat, we are getting this, and how we run this is basically through this, okay? kubectl apply-f pod.yml. Once we do this, our application, our pod will be up and running, and in the pod our application will be running, right? Great. Now these all things are common things which are directly created, okay? Now I think this was the slide. So when you say load balancer, right, load balancer is created here, see, under the EC2, right? That is the beauty, okay? And once I show you this one, I think somewhere that should be there, but yeah, if we are not getting, that's fine, okay? So these all things are direct, guys, okay? With the sake of interest of time, right? Yeah, no, pod service and pod can be in the same file, but yeah, for making sure we are having a proper differentiation, we do that, okay? So these all things are playing around with the deployment files, playing around with the pods, playing around with the various data points, right? So let me tell you, like, you should not feel like Praveen last mein chhod diya. For that reason, see, everything is same. Here what we are trying to do, just changing the image name and doing some data work around. Or here, see, okay, I will take this one, okay, write a deployment file. Now we are writing a deployment file, and that deployment file is directly pointing out to the application file, okay? So now when we are trying to write an application file, again the API version, kind, metadata, everything will be same, but here the good thing is, see, image, specification of containers, right? Regapp, it's the image name which we have actually pushed, if you remember, into the Docker hub, right? And you see image pull policy is always port, and strategy, we are using rolling update, right? Rolling update, if some issue is there, then automatically the rolling update will happen, right? If the current deployment is having some issue, automatically the previous rollback version will be placed in that particular version, right? And you see cat regapp service.yaml, this is for service creation, and basically we are telling type as load balancer. And once you say like kubectl-apply-f regapp deploy.yaml, automatically the pod will be created. The story is same. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 1, create the manifest file. Step 2, create the service file. Step 3, apply the command like kubectl-apply-f, and you will be able to see everything up and running, right? So yes, and one more thing, guys, I have to tell you, if you want to scale in and scale out for your project, right? You want to scale in and scale out, then I think there is a command, where is that, kubectl describe service. This is for describing the entire pod or your application, right? And this describe is very important, and you see everything is given, huh? I mean, he is trying to do that in the Bootstrap server, and he is giving the command, and the output of the command is also this one. So in the interview, if someone asked what will happen if you give the describe, don't worry, come here to this and go through this, right? It will give you all the birth details of that pod, right? Where it has birth, what is the IP addresses, IPv4, IPv6, everything it will give, okay? So don't worry about that, huh? So this everything, na, it's everything is straightforward, yeah. So I hope I am making it sense, right? And let's talk about some things now, right? So I'll make my screen big now. Yes. So I hope you are able to see me all, yeah. Yes, able to see me? Yes. So it was really good talking with you all right? And definitely last few slides I have not covered because it's same, the pattern is same, step 1, step 2, step 3, again that follows, right? But one more thing, guys, I would like to tell you now, every organization is trying to make sure the DevOps best practices are there, right? This documents will help you to grab a good opportunity, but in order to grab much higher level, definitely put your efforts also, right? So I am putting my 2 hours of effort. for you all in this session means you have to put maybe 2.5 hours extra for you to know all these things, how it is happening and all, right? And very, very much important, your communication skills, the way you deliver, the way you sit in the interview and talk with your interviewer, the way you show the confidence to the interviewer that, hey man, I'm the correct person, take me in, right? That's how you grow in your career, right? So nevertheless, it was really, really awesome, right? What's next? Yeah, next thing I have not planned yet. Anyways, in my channel, the podcast series is going on, right? And in my channel, the interview series is going on. Vlogs, anyways, it's going on. Next, I will plan something good. I need some time, right? I will definitely let you all know, right? Maybe it can be Bootcamp 2 where we are doing only hands-on. It can be something else where I'm again doing similar kind of things to you all, right? This Leo is woke up now. It thinks session is ended. Leo, come. Oh, he's very, very alsi now. Come, get up. Okay, he's very alsi now. He's like he's doing bitings and all. Yeah, he came. See, Leo, udhar dekho yaar. Arey mere taraf nahi. Okay, so this is Leo. Leo, say hi to everyone. Leo, say hi to everyone. So this is Leo, guys. Okay, and he's very good dog actually, right? And he was sleeping till now. He didn't disturb me. I am really happy that he didn't disturb me, right? Yeah. So say hello to everyone. Leo, udhar dekh bhai. He needs now snacks because it's his snacks times now. Okay, maybe I can show you like this. Leo, udhar dekh. Leo, udhar dekh. So yeah, he's very playful. Now he will not leave me. I have to play with him, right? Go. Yeah, go. So yes, that was Leo. And the next things we will plan in our channel soon, right? And I will be updating the details. And tomorrow or mostly I will be releasing the vlog, right? And we'll see how it goes, right? Definitely I would need your support for that vlog. Like that is a meetup vlog in Bangalore. So yes, definitely I would need your support, right? So with that said, and definitely share the channel link with your friends. We are very, very close to 10k subscribers, and once the 10k subscribers is hit, we will definitely do some more things, some more new things on our channel, and that's my promise, right? We'll do something good where it's helping you all basically, right? So much connectivity we have got, right? And definitely I have some people's name like Tanjil is there, and I think in my previous sessions Julie was there, right? And Sai, right? I remember everyone, those who support me, right? And I would definitely look after you guys as a family, those who support me, right? It was really good meeting you all, and this bootcamp, I would not say it's completed. That's why I never mentioned in any of your posts, in any of my posts in Instagram, in LinkedIn, in Twitter, sorry, not in Twitter, in Telegram, you would not see like this is the last session, because I was little skeptical of making that announcement, because I want to bring or continue this. Okay, those who are with me, I know you will be with me, and support me in this way. Share the channel link, at least 5 of your friends. We will soon hit 10k, and I will be announcing good things in 10k. Okay, so yes, with that said, I have to sign off, right? I am okay to sit here, but I don't know how many of you will be with me. Yes, so with that said, we'll be signing off now. Okay, definitely we'll meet sometime. Yes, okay. Any questions, any doubts, anything? 28 people are watching. Yes, me too. Great. So all are good. After the video is completed, stream is completed, definitely comment down in the comment section. At least few of you, whether it was good, the efforts was good, how it was, right? At least few of you comment. At least 2-3 comments, that should be fine. How you felt the session, and document I will be sharing in a while. Give me some time, right? I will be sharing with you all, right? With that said, stay safe, keep learning, and keep supporting. I'll support you with the same power and same josh, right? With that said, happy weekend and stay safe. Take care. Bye.